Shear and Pindborb in 1980 reported lesions of the oral cavity that were clinically indistinguishable from verrucous carcinoma but showed slight differences under the microscope. They called them verrucous hyperplasia. According to them, these lesions were best distinguished from verrucous carcinoma by its broad ratty ridges that were in level with the adjacent normal epithelium, not extending deep into the lamina propria. However, there has always been a confusion with regards to the diagnosis and terminology of this lesion, and in order to bring some uniformity in reporting this lesion, an expert group of oral pathologists held a consensus meeting in Malaysia in 2013. They formulated a set of clinicopathologic features and proposed the term exophytic verrucous hyperplasia for this lesion. Now, exophytic verrucous hyperplasia clinically is a solitary white or pink verrucous exophytic growth greater than 1 centimeter in size. And since its main etiology is betel quid chewing, it could manifest in conjunction with oral submucous fibrosis. Apart from these features, exophytic verrucous hyperplasia has been reported to manifest at a mean age of 54 and predominantly on the buccal mucosa. However, care is to be taken while diagnosing this entity as it resembles verrucous carcinoma and squamous cell carcinoma clinically. Histologically, exophytic verrucous hyperplasia may resemble verrucous carcinoma, but shows minor differences. It shows a hyperkeratotic and a hyperplastic epithelium, with the surface of the lesion having exophytic verruciform projections. There may be depressions or clefts in the epithelium, referred to as parakeratin plugs. However, it mainly differentiates itself from verrucous carcinoma in the absence of an endophytic growth of the epithelium. That is, the broad ratty ridges are rather on the same level as the adjacent normal epithelium and do not extend deep into the connective tissue, unlike verrucous carcinoma. The other difference is the presence of epithelial dysplasia in exophytic verrucous hyperplasia. But note that dysplasia may not always be present in this lesion. Certain lesions are also accompanied by a subepithelial lymphocytic infiltrate. As for prognosis, exophytic verrucous hyperplasia has shown to manifest with dysplasia and also transform to verrucous carcinoma and squamous cell carcinoma. It has in fact been reported to be a distinct entity in the Indian population, and some pathologists consider it to be a potentially malignant disorder, though it has not been classified as one by the World Health Organization. It is best to treat this lesion like verrucous carcinoma and completely excise the lesion.